Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Chris Howells. I'm the Senior Training and Development Manager for AprilAire here at Robertson Supply today. In this session, we're going to talk a little bit about high-efficient filtration. But I want to start by talking about filters in general, because we know that every forced air system out there has to have a filter of some sort. But really, when we talk about indoor air quality and we talk about creating a healthy indoor environment, it really does start with filtration. But there's a lot of perceptions, there's a lot of opinions with filters, and specifically with the AprilAire high-efficient air cleaner filters, that airflow becomes a problem. And I hope that this little segment here will help you understand a little bit about our opportunity that we have in providing a whole different level of filtration and protection. But really it starts with creating a healthy indoor environment. You need good filtration to do that. 1-inch filters fall short. We all have seen them, we all use them. As soon as we install a system with a 1-inch filter out there, we're giving away that potential revenue on our service side, because a homeowner is not going to come back to you as a contractor and buy 1-inch filters. Now, you might incorporate them into your service and maintenance contracts, but not too many are doing that. So it's just a lost cause out there. We also know that 1-inch filters fail in keeping the system clean. Our number one problem with HVAC equipment is failure due to dirt. The blower motor gets dirty, the blower wheel gets dirty. You lose capacity on airflow, which means now your heating and your cooling efficiency is decreased. We see a lot of common problems, if I had to guess, on a daily basis. Dirty evaporator coil is another one. I can probably keep going on why these 1-inch filters fall short. But I want to share a couple slides for you here that really put the numbers and the data to the test for you. I'm just going to use a 1-inch panel filter. It's a 20 by 25 by 1 panel filter. We know this is very inexpensive, and a lot of systems, this is the basic air filter that is installed. Now we look at this pressure drop at a 0.07 and we go, that's really good. And I agree, it is really good. But the con to this is we have absolutely no protection to the equipment. I mean, we're just catching anything big that can possibly be caught into those weaves of this filter. So there's not a lot of value other than it just checks the box of a filter. What happens though is once your customer goes to replace their filter for the first time, they probably find one of these at any retail store, including grocery stores. They buy a 1-inch pleated filter. Now, a 1-inch pleated filter creates a little bit more healthy environment. The debate on this, though, is what do we give up with that? What we give now is pressure drop. So you can see here in this filter, we're 3 times the amount of pressure drop in this same size filter. So a 20 by 25 by 1 panel filter to a 20 by 25 by 1 pleated filter, we're over 1.22 inches of pressure drop. So oftentimes we think about, well, Chris, your AprilAire high-efficient filters, they're going to create more restriction. And that could be true, but we can also create a very, very low pressure drop, which means maximum efficiency. In fact, we went to contractors over the last few years and we asked, why do you use our air cleaners on all your jobs? It's a non-negotiable. They're included in their systems. And these were the 5 responses they gave us. The reduced callbacks due to no airflow related problems like you have seen in the past. That low pressure system static that I'm going to show you here coming up in the next few minutes. The longer filter lives. You know, taking the pressure away from your customers to remember to change their filters, number one, is a huge stress reducer. That's a lot of value that you can offer. We have 6-month and 12-month filter lives on ours. We also know that we're going to trap more particulate, and we're having no bypass air. Air would rather go around a filter than through it. It's going to find that path of least resistance. So those were the 5 big reasons. But I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, well, Chris, your filters are so much thicker that they're actually going to restrict more air. I want to encourage you to buy a filter. And when you do this and you show your homeowner what this filter is actually doing, the whole restriction conversation of that this is a thick filter is quickly debunked, because Mike's over there and we're not even fully stretched out here. This is over 27 square feet of surface area. This really now reduces that impact of thinking that that filter is a thick filter and it's going to restrict more air. So think about that the next time you're talking to your homeowners about high-efficient filtration. The pressure drop chart that I wanted to share with you here shows, though, a validating factor of why you can now use AprilAire high-efficient air cleaners on every one of your jobs. Remember that 1-inch panel, 0.07. That 1-inch pleated filter had a 0.22. If you look at our chart here, and I was just to use 1,000 CFM, you can see that our high-efficient air cleaners have lower pressure drop, or nearly the same pressure drop as that 1-inch panel filter. So it really takes the pressure off you having those thoughts that this is going to restrict more air. But you also have to understand sizing is what's most important. We want to make sure that we have the right size air cleaner so we can achieve those low pressure drops that I just shared with you. But the best filtration system in the industry starts with the protection and the guarantee that we offer. We offer some things with a self-seal technology. Every one of our air cleaner cabinets, I've got my 1000 series cabinets here, and I've got my 2000 series cabinet here. This is unpainted versus painted, but every feature and benefit is the exact same to them. You're going to get your included MERV 11 filter with the 1000 series and MERV 13 filter with the 2000 series. You're going to get the self-seal technology. Remember I said the air wants to go around it? With the way we've designed our air cleaner cabinets, we are forcing all the air through our filter, our media filters. We also have what's called the Pure Fit Promise. We want to assure that that's going to happen, that we're not going to have that bypass air. So when you have a 2000 series air cleaner and you have a 413 media, for example, that is going to purely fit into that and not have any bypass air. And then finally, that most beneficial guarantee that you can offer is what we call a 10-year clean coil commitment. With every piece of equipment that you install that includes a high-efficient filtration system by AprilAire, you're offering a 10-year clean coil protection to that unit, to that system. That aligns really well with warranties of equipment today, so now you're building that value of your system. You can see we have a plethora of different sizes, and the reason why is because so it aligns to what size tonnage and CFM that you need to have going through that system for proper efficiency. You're just going to use that pressure chart in your design process to make sure that you have the right side cabinet. Now I know there might be, well Chris, it's really hard sometimes to adapt these into our systems. I need to make a transition. Yes, you need to make a transition. Don't just slap it on the side of a piece of equipment and block off, a quarter of the media filter, because then you're restricting air. You're going against everything we just talked about there. I'm always happy to come in and talk to you all about the benefits of AprilAire high-efficient air cleaners. You can reach out to your local territory manager or the branch. They can get a hold of us, and we can come in and provide this information to you. So thank you for taking the time, and we'll see you soon.